try to make it brief. I don't consider you an extremist.
Thank
I'm
you.
a student here at the University of Washington in international studies, and you don't seem that different from a lot of my professors. So you're not an extremist. You're a fairly mainstream ideologue. I would say that I have 2 points to make about the American regime, of which you are a fairly powerful voice. One is that it is based on oil, and our connection to the Arab world is that they are unfortunate enough to be standing on that oil, and our dollar has been based on oil, and it's been running the world since 1972 when Nixon took us off the gold standard, and it was running on oil before that when we were the first exporter of oil. So that is what our regime is based on, and since oil is becoming increasingly uncontrollable, we're going to see a real fall in the dollar, which is already happening. And when that happens, our violence is going to turn in on us. And that's when we're going to see violence in America. Violence in America has not happened that much. Most of our genocide, and America is a genocidal regime, has happened outside of America. And within America, against the American Indians, the Vietnamese, the Koreans, the Japanese of Okinawa, and countless others, most of which you didn't actually include in your list of people who have something to hold against us. So we are a genocidal regime. We've done it before. We've never stopped doing it, and people like you have never apologized for it. And that's the most disturbing thing of all to me. So my question has to do with your assertion that there can be no both victim and perpetrator in the same person. So I would disagree with that. I would
wait. I didn't say that. I said it was morally obtuse and obscene to confuse victims and perpetrators.
Okay, well, I guess that's a little more complicated, but I would say that the American soldiers who are going to Iraq right now are both victims and perpetrators. There's a genocide going on in Iraq right now, and there are 1.2 million dead Iraqis right now because of the American invasion. Because of the American invasion, there are 1.2 million dead Iraqis, according to biostatistics studies.
Can you wrap up?
And 5 million refugees, internal and external. That's a huge number in a small country, and that's genocide, any way you look at it. So, my question to you is, I believe that those American soldiers who go over there and perpetrate this crime, this genocide, are both victims and perpetrators, because they're victims of rooms like this, in which you hold up pictures of people who people in this room know nothing about, and they laugh at them. And you talk about the nuclear bombs, and people fucking applaud, and that's sick to me. And there are victims of this room right here, this mentality in this room right here, which I see. And I want to ask you, are those soldiers victims or are they perpetrators? That's my question.
Okay, my answer is they are neither victims nor perpetrators. They are heroes. First of all, when people applaud for what I said about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they were not applauding the tragic death of 220,000 Japanese. They were applauding the saving of life of hundreds of thousands of Americans. In this room with us tonight, we have here some people who have served our country in Iraq, and I believe you should speak to them about what you call a genocide. I mean, one of the things that was very striking to me and very deeply moving is one of the things that one of the support organizations for the troops has been asking for is for people to donate Beanie Babies. And there was a real question, is why do so many of the troops in Iraq want the Beanie Babies? And apparently they want them because they're particularly beloved by Iraqi children. Now, is that just because the American troops are kind and decent and they're good guys? They are. But those Beanie Babies can purchase American lives because they give them to kids and they tell them where the IEDs are. And the idea that Americans want, that it's genocidal, There are Americans who have given their lives, who have died to save the lives of Iraqis. We don't want to kill Iraqis. We want the government to stand up and to run and function as a pro-Western, decent member of the family of nations. And